It's Christmas time, back at the Festival of Trees here in Hurricane, Utah, and they've got the trains again. And this is where I came to, just because I like the trains. There's an addition, or not really an addition, they just redid the water here. The addition is the sea monster, love it. The mountain, he's almost done with it. Needs some water there. It looks like a dry creek bed. This little tunnel here is really cool. Coming up right about now. Even some lighted cars out. They're going to be blocked. Another train coming the other way.
Not two trains, a lot of trains.
Coming around here. Golf, anyone? This is must be the old airport in St. George with Dixie Rock there. Oh no, somebody's losing a cow. This one was new from last year. I don't remember it. This Red Rock display here. And we're back to where we started, almost. They're the controllers that are running these with. Christmas Village here. And we're going to end up back on the sea monster there. I think I'm going to set up the tripod and just let it watch for a bit. I have a few trains moving here, including the sea monster over there. Just going to watch them move. I just noticed we've got some wildlife here.
Here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like some foliage. And one deer. And a sea monster. Right here on the mountain. Yes. Right on the mountain there is a cool little old truck. What is that? 650?
Where is it?
Same as that one?
It's like about a 46, 47, 48 Ford.
Okay, so it's mid-late 40s Ford. Kind of hanging on up there.
That one's 4x4.
Yeah, that one's a 4x. It's just hanging out there.
Spider-Man tires.
Spider-Man tires. That's a good one. Okay, here we got trains coming. This is actually set up by the Keller Country T-trak Club. It's actually really kind of interesting to see these. T-trak is really cool. Has some really interesting ways they can set them up. Let's go back to watching that sea monster. It may move on us.
They have water.
Because it looks like they just colored underneath and poured a coat over it. So it looks liquid. But it's hard. Yeah.
You know,
That would actually work though. That would totally work to crash an airplane into that to make up for that broken section there.
and then I said, of course, I could always just take it off and get a new one and put it in.
That just takes the fun out of it.
Always, all kinds of fun things.
I just love the trains. They're amazing.
And then I need to come up with, I can put deer on the mountain and sheep and.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of room for that. We were just talking about this little opening here. He's going to put a bridge over that valley. Somebody being stuck on their ankle or something on that suspension bridge. It looks pretty done to me, but he says he's still got work to do on it. But this is an amazing module. He told me a little bit about it last year. It's all in pieces, and he stacks it all together and then puts the end with it. It's really kind of amazing, and that's a lot of trains moving right there, right now. And if you watch, coming out of that tunnel right about now, John Deere tractor. Nothing runs like a deer. And if you're my brother, only if it's chased by a cat. Okay, I think that sea monster might be trying to move on us. Let's keep watching it.
I hope not.
Yeah, you don't want him to get up and say hi.
So I was driving through Little Island, Utah.
I would have thought that was foam.
And I see
It looks, you know,
side of the sidewalk, it says,
so it's clay, molded clay. That's cool.
I go, you turn.
That's amazing.
I go.
Okay, I just learned something about this module over here, so we're going for a walk. This module with the trees here is actually
Little pointy finger that did that.
done after Zion's National Park. There's Checkerboard Mesa. This is like the
Oh, this is the real
tunnel
test.
going
Can you
through,
do it without getting your fingers chopped off by
with
leg?
the openings. It also makes it kind of cool seeing the trains go through, which they're all on the other end of it right now.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, holding this camera will be an age. I'll have to set up the tripod and take a video. Watch that tunnel. Let's zoom in on it a bit. Yeah, please do not touch. Respect their property. That's cool. Oh, no fair trade. Speeding them up, slowing them down.
I stopped it so you could get the picture over the view there.
There's this one's got lights on the cars, the passenger cars, so this one's really cool in that tunnel.
Oh my gosh, Mom. Mom, come here.
And then we got the other one coming around, and it's got a light on the locomotive at least, on the engine. But it's got some really cool cars. This one's the one that's got the John Deere. Right about John Deere. How many are on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like. The trusses look really cool. We're talking about this train on the outside track. I'm going to zoom and just stay here, but he puts the stuff on them. This one is just great, that reading car. It'll just let it keep following it around. Look at this corner. Okay, we're talking about this little train coming around right here. He's talking about the pipe loads on these two cars right here. Oh, that's actually not a bad angle for the other car. These tanks are just awesome. And then he's got these cars where he's said how he's made those. The trusses. That one's the one that looks cool. That reading garbage, random stuff that you put in it. Looks great.
It's got a piece of foam underneath so it doesn't get too heavy.
Right. So you didn't really load it up. You just seen it.
And then the covered gondola.
This is the Utah Railway, which is an almost non-existent railroad now. There's still a few, I think.
But they
But,
changed the color scheme.
yeah, sold them off, didn't they?
The covered gondola there
These here?
around the track and track.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Yeah,
Do it
looks like sandpaper. Fabric?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That's actually cool. You spend as much time making those as you do as making them.
We're just coming up with the ideas.
Well, yeah, but and some of them probably just pop into your head anyway. Because your trains are actually amazing to me.
Picking up a cow.
Over there on that top track, talking about this train there, that's a smaller train. Smaller cars, but it's the same gauge track. So I mean, it's just interesting the difference on how these work. We're just talking about the width of the rail here. It's actually 9 millimeters, and but this is the N scale. We're talking about the length of the cars and all that, the difference, how they turn on the radius of the tracks and everything else. Yeah, so see how close those passenger cars are getting to the mountain there, and how they're turning the radius. These are just so smooth versus those longer cars. Can't really get the Amtrak with the other passenger, but I think these are actually even longer cars. Actually, they are by quite a bit. So does this switch work?
Oh yeah.
So it will actually.
Yeah, but we don't dare do it in this layout.
Well, I can understand that, but it will.
Yeah, so my modules are all set up to be DCC, digital command and control. And so I even have an app on my iPhone that I can run the system. But you have remote control and sighting.
Oh, okay.
And so then what you do is and so I'm writing the computer program now to solve the puzzle, and then the computer program will drive that series of modules, and we'll be able to plug it into this system so that the two mainline tracks are electrically isolated, because we run analog here. Right. And then on the inside of that is all digital, and the computer will control the train and just move.
So like the smaller one that's currently moving over there would be the center.
On the inside of it, there's
versus the outside.
Yeah. And so it'll just sit there and do it all day long.
Okay, now we're getting the timing just about perfect. Here's this long UP passenger train just going in that tunnel, and just coming out of that tunnel is that Amtrak passenger train, and those cars do look about the same length. I think the Amtrak is maybe 10 millimeters longer. Oh, since you can hear it, this isn't the only trains in the room. There are others over here. I just prefer these to behind that we've been looking at. Got Lego trains, and we've got the Santa train. Just, you know, some interesting other stuff. But I still like that over there better, so we're going back to it. This is the building where the trains are at, where the Festival of Trees. And I just happened to notice this walking out. This is the south side of the building. And this is shade. I would assume, it's kind of funny because this reminds me of the trains with the trestle bridges and everything. But I would assume, I'd love to do something with passive solar high thermal mass. And I would assume that having something like this would shade enough for keeping the sun off your windows in the summer, so that you don't have the passive solar heating you in the summer. The trains are actually right through that window, but we're to the end of the building. Well, end of the building. I just thought this was a kind of interesting, walking out and seeing this, and all it is shade. Obviously it wouldn't keep water off, but it would keep the sun off those big windows in the summer, when that sun would generate heat. At this time of year, where you want that sun to hit those windows, it's doing so and saving on the price of heating. However, today, don't really think it needs it, because it's mid-upper 60s. But that's it for that. Hope you like. Thanks for watching.